How's it going, Rebels? I'm Bunning with ASG. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about the Iron Blood event that's coming around next week on May 12th. It's going to run through May 16th, so yeah, I'm going to have a lot of fun. Well, not really. Kind of joking on that one. This entire video is one big what the fuck. It's literally the entire concept of this entire event just mind boggles me of what in the hell someone at Kixeye was thinking when they came up with this particular event lineup. The whole setup for it does not make any kind of sense based on the story, the logic of the system, the way our past events have been going, and I just don't understand. Who thought it would be a good idea to have this particular lineup for the next subsequential event? I don't really understand. Let's jump right in real quick, though. First, good thing about this event, we've got the Heretic Cruiser coming back. This thing, ever since, I missed the opportunity to get it the first time around, and ever since they reskinned it and made it look so freaking beastly, I've wanted it just for the cosmetic look alone. It's something I've said about the game for a long time. You add in cosmetic skins to the actual ships themselves as something other than the mark upgrade crap system, and then you're talking about something that would really, really popularize the game and make players want to get things and actually want to go out there and grab them. For the Heretic Cruiser look the way it did, I had absolutely no interest in the damn thing whatsoever. Now, it looks so freaking beastly that I kind of want it. I mean, its stats are fairly decent now compared to the old Heretic Cruiser, so it's worth going after now. Next up is something I actually do have, which is the Hurricane Frigate. It's alright, but I've never seen a point in actually building one of the damn things. I found it to be more useful to build one of the battleships than anything else other than a frigate, basically. Next, we've got the Bomber Wing for base. Yeah, they're not bringing back the squadrons this time, so all you little pansies can go ahead and, whine at Kixeye on that one. People have been complaining about, why didn't you bring back the squadrons? We need the squadrons. You've had bases so many times. Why are you doing bases again? And I agree. I completely agree. I do need Bomber Wing 3, so that's about the only other thing I'm going to be going for. But honestly, Bomber 2 does fairly decent enough to the point where most of the bombers get destroyed before they do much damage anyways. Point being is, why not bring back the squadrons for for fleets? That's what a lot of players want to see. Bring back what players want to see. It's not really a bad idea considering the lineup for this particular event is pretty messed up already. You've got so much that people don't even need, to a point that you're having players going on vacations during a quote-unquote major event. And just look at the forums, look at Facebook. So many players are complaining that they're just going to be sitting this one out because they really just don't need anything. Or the only reason they're going to be competing is so that they can get the damn T-Core boxes so they don't have to spend blood amber or coins in the market for them. It's almost pathetic. Alright, next up, another base item, the net torps. These things had good potential, but they're so inaccurate and their spread is so minimal to a point that in bases, they're not really that good. You have to be very lucky, and they're so slow, too. I understand that's how they're supposed to be, and the gotcha about them is that they do shoot out 2 at one time, making them fairly useful if your enemies are all clusterfucked together. But the Arister beam turret for the base is still far more accurate, far more useful overall, considering it has fairly decent range on it as well. Might not deal that much damage, but considering that the net torps only deal a fairly mid-range damage, it's just not that pliable. Next up, for reasons only a moron could fathom, we have Ionized optics. We have been having a trend lately that the events were focused around the 3 tiers of our weapons: energy, projectile, and explosive, and it kind of started out that way. We had 2 explosive based items. We had the net torps, which is explosive, and we had the bomber wings, which once again explosives. No, let's not carry on that trend. Let's give us ionized optics, something players literally are not even asking for. A lot of players have ionized optics because it's something that was pretty easy to get. What do players really want to get right now? Spectral warheads. Vector torps are making a comeback in the game right now, and a lot of players are really wanting spectral warheads. They're extraordinarily useful when attacking the Vegas and even doing the vents themselves now that they actually track so much better than before. But no, let's throw in an energy-based equipped item. No, that's what players want, is something that does not follow the trend of what we are looking for. It doesn't make sense why you're going to throw that, of all things, into this particular event. But I'm going to digress on that one, because I've got a lot more to complain about in this particular event. Next, let's go for thrusters. Binary thrusters. Binary thrusters. Really? Who uses binary thrusters? Hardly anyone in this entire game uses binary thrusters. They have a slight usefulness, I won't deny that they do come in handy occasionally. But for the most part, not that many players use binary thrusters, and it would have been far more better to see a weapon come back, a actual useful weapon for our ships. You've given us so much for bases. You've even given us something that we don't really even need. For ionized optics. Give us a weapon. Throw in arc missiles, something that we have not seen in so very long that I don't even remember the last time we did see it come back in a riot or a past event. Give us something that we have not seen or could actually probably use in future events, or not events, but in future combats, considering we've had a civil war where we could actually attack players. Bring that into the game. Don't bring us binary thrusters. Seriously though. I'm gonna digress once again. Because the next part, while it's not actually pertaining to the event itself, is pertaining to the story. Yeah, that's right. The story does not make any kind of sense whatsoever. It's kind of like they had a 5th grader sit down and say, hey, what would be a good story? Think about it. Why would you not like this? It's like literally Lars does not like what's-her-face simply because she's a girl. He does not trust her because she's a mercenary. Oh my god, literally. I thought you were a mercenary before you became the black market trader. Might I point that out? Black market. How much trust can you really put someone who literally does things under the table? You want us to trust you more than her, but because she's a mercenary? We didn't exactly give her money. We gave them Blood Amber. We fought with them side by side. I know some of you might be thinking, oh, Clone Wars, same difference. Not necessarily. They have given us their tech. They have given us so much. And yes, they even sent an entire armada against the Vega for us. And you're saying that the Vega can just buy them off? No, Lars, you dipshit. They can't just be bought off, or else they already would have been bought off. The Vega is probably comparative to a multi-trillion-dollar organization that if they wanted to, they could snap their fingers and literally do it. Apparently, they have some type of moral system that will not allow them to disband or disband a contract with another employer to turn on them. They've clearly got their own agendas at this point, considering the Vega have manipulated their own forces and turned them against them. Now, Lord, let's look at you for a second. You have clearly proven to be a very valuable ally. You have yet to actually turn against us. None of the actual rebel forces have been turned, such as the Iron Star forces. They actually went deep into Vega territory, were attacked, they were overwhelmed, they were captured, and they were converted. None of the rebel forces have had that happen to us because we've never gotten that far into Vega territory. Which opens up another question. Where the hell is the Vega territory at? Are we in Vega territory? Then why aren't we being converted with the Blood Amber? Is there a special way to get to the Vega territory? Why not this? Let's have a special wormhole that goes to a Vega territory, i.e. someone suggested that. Don't remember who, so credit can't be really specified. Point being, where the hell is this Vega territory that the Iron Star was just able to walk right into? There's so many holes and plot twists and things that just go right into a brick wall that does not make sense about the story, and it's kind of annoying. I mean, it's one of those things where I just wish it was laid out all in front of us. Maybe then it would make some kind of sense, but as it sits now, the story is literally like 2 little 5-year-olds fighting against each other, and we're like the teenager. We're not an adult, we're just the teenager sitting there looking at them, trying to figure out, who am I going to put my 5 cents on? It doesn't make any bit of sense why these two are fighting each other when there's a clear and obvious threat. Now they think that there's some traitor in the midst. That does not make sense considering the fact that Vega is Vega. They don't need to do underhanded things considering the amount of massive force they have at their disposal. They don't need to trick us. They are Vega. They don't have to. But that doesn't make sense. The fuck, Kixeye? Can't you come up with a halfway decent story to go along with a game that has potential? I still think it has potential. I like Vega, and I want to see it do well, but with stuff like this? Come on. Literally. What do you expect us to do next week? I have pretty much everything in this particular event. Supposedly in June, we're going to get the new type of Alliance Carrier, Alliance, whatever the hell that giant blue thing is. We're going to be getting that, and that's cool and all, but the things that are going on right now, I mean, well, I'm probably going to not really be playing Vega so much as playing Call of Duty or something like that, to be honest. Like I said, I want Vega to do well, and I like Vega. I play it pretty much every day, but with stuff like this, come on, you can't blame players for going to play other stuff. So come on, Kixeye, step up your game a little bit. Alright, Rebels, I'm gonna let that be. I'm gonna digress, I'm gonna go play some COD, something like that. Let me know what you guys think. Do you agree with the lineup? Do you disagree? Do you want to see it changed up a little bit better? Done a little bit differently? Well, let me know. Alright, Rebels, burning out. Laters.